So that is how today ended up playing out. Very two-sided, very balanced session, which is fairly typical for the last day of May. And that balancing could have happened at higher prices. It ended up happening at lower prices. The market failed to take out the pre-market resistance zone, and that was really the important inflection point on the upside. And holding below it was a sign of weakness, and that resulted in a push lower. So that is a wrap on today. At this point, as we head into the overnight session, and tomorrow, we can use the 4174 to roughly 78 area as short-term support. And if the market is going to return back into the previous day's range, and if we're going to start trading back above 4200 to 04.5, then ideally we want to see ES holding above even the 4182 to roughly 87.5 area. If we're holding above 82 to 87.5, then that is a sign of stability, and it could lead to a move back up into yesterday's high. And below that, we're going to use 4174 to roughly 78 as short-term support. A break below that area would be a bearish indication, and that can then result in a test of the 4165 to 69 zone. Looking at the daily chart, you can see that if we look at the absolute swing low to the recent swing high, the 63 quarter marks the 61.8% retracement of the entire swing or the entire move. So if you want to play it safer, what you could do is expand this zone from 65 to 69 to perhaps 63 to 69. And that would just give you a bit of a safety net in the event that the market goes down there and you intend to trade that area. Now, in order to get that bearish confirmation, ES would have to take out the 4163 to 69 zone and 46 to 56. If we take those zones out, then the recent swing structure really falls apart, and that can then bring in lower prices into 4110 to 20 and possibly even lower. But for now, our short-term bias is still going to remain neutral because there is still that potential for buyers to step in, and this may simply be a pullback, albeit a bit deeper than expected, but this could just be a pullback from this recent upside swing. And as long as we're holding above 4163 to 69 and ideally above 4174 to 78, there would still be that possibility for buyers to step back in, and we would still need to see a break above 4200 to 4204.5 in order to get that sign of buyers stepping in a more meaningful way. So those are thoughts as we head into the overnight session. Let me see if there are any questions, and then we will wrap up. Hey, good morning. Let's go over today's trade plan. So in the overnight session, the market has been balancing within yesterday's range, and now heading into the open, our intermediate term bias will continue to be neutral bullish, and our short-term bias will continue to be neutral. And early in the session, how the market behaves at the pre-market and initial support, as well as the initial resistance zone, is going to help us determine the intraday bias. If the market is going to put in an upside move, then we want to see ES holding above the 4174 to 82.5 initial support and holding above the 4187 quarter to 93 quarter pre-market support would be a sign of intraday stability, which can lead to a breakout attempt above the 4200 half to 4210 half initial resistance, and a break and hold above initial resistance on broad market strength and sustained upside momentum would serve as an intraday bullish indication, and from there ES can tag the open gap and naked VPOC at 42.15 and test the resistance at 42.17 half to 25 half, where sellers may still be active on first test, at least for a reaction, and a break and hold above 42.17.5 to 25.5 would serve as an intraday bullish confirmation, which can result in a move up into 42.31 to 33 as well as 42.38 to 44 where sellers can still be active on first test, and by that point in time the market would be hitting the average range potential of the day. So in order for the market to push beyond 42.44 we would need an above average range and clear signs of initiative buying. Considering we have the employment number due tomorrow morning, it's less likely that the market is going to put in a sustainable breakout above 42.38 to 44.5. So that is the market context and trade plan heading into the open. Let's see how the real-time situation shapes up and how the market behaves at the pre-market and initial support, as well as the initial resistance zone. That's going to help set the bias and tone on the day, and we'll take it from there.